So in that situation, when you get interrupted, what you want to do is, hey, Jason, thanks for jumping in with your thought. Let me just finish mine, then I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Be manly and the legends of humanity. Welcome to the fellowship of honorable men and women role models for boys and men, because you have the power to be a man in all its glory.
Can you suggest some strategies for handling interruptions and challenges to questions during speaking at work?
Absolutely. So there's different levels to handling those interruptions, Damien. The first one is if it's genuinely non-threatening, which honestly happens in a lot of the cases. A lot of people, I think, blow this up. They think people are out to get them. That's not always the case. It's very rare, actually, unless you just work for a really toxic company, which is a separate issue. So the way that you deal with interruptions depends on the level of the person interrupting you. So if the person is 3 levels above you and they're interrupting you, let them interrupt you. Okay, it doesn't matter, right? Just because you have to be mindful of the politics in the room. Like if I'm speaking, like as an IB and the head of North America has something to say, it's probably more important than I have to say. So I just let them speak, right? But the other point is if somebody is asking you, hey, Damon, what do you think? And you get interrupted, that's a very different thing. So in that situation, when you get interrupted, what you want to do is, hey, Jason, thanks for jumping in with your thought. Let me just finish mine, then I'd love to hear what you have to say. So you're interrupting in a very playful way, in a very respectful way, instead of going, hey, Jason, what the hell are you doing? Don't talk while I'm talking. You're going, hey, Jason, great point. I love what you're talking about around X. I'd love to just take 30 seconds if possible to just finish my thought, and nobody interrupts you after that. That's usually how you handle it. And then the third point, which is a more extreme case, is if somebody's out to get you, which once again is not a lot of cases, less than 10%, maybe 5%. Somebody's really out to get you, you let them interrupt you in the meeting, you escalate it privately. That's the way that you deal with this respectfully, where you maintain your reputation. And then as a bonus point, well, add is if that doesn't work, always remember that as an employee, you're the person who has leverage, meaning that if you have more than one job offer, you can work wherever you want. So my advice is always to play the field. And I actually recommend this a lot with women executives, where I recommend they play the field from a career perspective, in the sense of they should be interviewing for 10 different companies and go, like, for example, I'm talking with the head of like one of my clients. I won't say which company, but let's say Meta, right? Facebook. Let's say they're the head of VP at Facebook. They're going, well, this person's doing this and they're creating a toxic environment. And I just look at them, I'm like, dear, do you understand you're like a top 3 executive in this company. You can work for any of the big tech companies. Just interview at all of them next week. And then she looks at me and goes, why didn't I think of this? And I was like, come on, let's go, Julia. And then she has 10 job offers. And then before she takes the offer, here's what you do. You go, I want to talk to all the leadership team. You can make that demand at that level. And the 2 companies who go, yeah, you could be at my team, those are the people you want to work for. And then your life is pretty great.
Before you go, you're invited to continue the Be Manly and the Legends of Humanity journey. Subscribe to our YouTube and become a patron, where you can become a courageous Crusader, a wise warrior, a daring Dynamo, and even an ascending Avenger. Here you'll find all the tools to become a man in all its glory. We're honored to walk side by side with you on this extraordinary adventure. Together, we're unleashing the full power of manhood, creating a better world for everyone.